Good morning, it's Sunday. This is one of my little eccentricities. I'm in a playground while the kids aren't around, and I like to have a go on the swing. See? I rather enjoy it, and I've got a sea view. I wanted to do a further update because I've been deeply inspired since 2014 with what I've accomplished with the Brompton. I've gone on to do other exercises as well to remain strong. I have to, because those hills are challenging. I've been using an exercise ball on a daily basis since November 2014, so it'll be 3 years in November. And I've come along in leaps and bounds. I got myself to a private physiotherapist who is most impressed with me. And even my cousin in London saw me on the 1st of June, and she'd said to my sister, he has transformed on all levels. I've toned up considerably, and I've had multiple health issues to deal with as well, and I had to go through personal bereavement twice, and had to drop everything and think of others rather than myself. And I got very much into exercise. I seriously suggest to anybody, take charge of your own health responsibly. Get yourself an exercise ball, do exercise, you can listen to music, start toning up, and you can manage whatever health issues you've got better. Wean yourself off those medications, because that's just increasing the profit of those pharmaceutical companies. They're making money off pain and suffering. They're making profits off all of us. Manage your own health. You won't cure it, but you'll control it better. I've gained a lot more mental focus than I've ever had before. When I can't sleep, I'm doing exercise 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I do it 2-3 hours a day stretching. And I know I must do it for the rest of my life, because I must keep strong. And I enjoy my rides very much. I admit life is stressful. We all have to cope with stress differently. I was bored yesterday. I'd been out twice, played a bit of tennis down at the gym as well in the morning. It was 5 to 11, and I thought, oh, I can still make the bus up to Nanterre. I hadn't drunk a pint of water, so I thought, don't risk it, not in the heat. So after the video, I had a very interesting experience at the Red Kite Cafe, which is along the A44. I was chatting to a motorcyclist, and we were discussing rides. And then a whole bunch of motorcyclists came in, and I said to one of the ladies, the members of staff, we're a bunch of easy riders. And she said she'd be on one if she could. And I'm saying to this guy, yeah, it's the freedom of the open road. I mean, if I could see to ride a motorcycle, I'd be doing it myself. Who would want to ride a motorcycle across Wales? It's fantastic. Freedom of the open road, oh, marvellous. But I do enjoy it with the Brompton. Oh, I'm so proud of that bike. I'll be glad though when the new rack's on it. She looks semi-nude at the minute. Oh, I do have a name for her. She's Deborah Renee. A lot of us have named our bikes, and mine's Deborah Renee. So, she's lovely. And, other members of the Brompton community are so sentimental about their bikes. We're a bit soppy. Well, they're so personal to us. And all the travelling I've done with mine. Oh, my bike is so personal. And what the mileage we've done. She's a little veteran, mine. And, so proud of her. And sometimes when I'm at my bike rides, I think to myself, she's a little veteran with all the places she's been. And I know I'm talking just about a bike, but well, my mother used to name her cars, so I name my bikes. And I think, though, it's very important in today's world. It's a time of great uncertainty. We seem to be going through a storm period. And I face the unknown, uncertain of where I was headed. And I marvel at what I've accomplished in my own life in the last 3 years. Staggers me. And I enjoy getting out into nature. It was a lovely ride back from Devil's Bridge yesterday. I had an amazing experience up the road. Something was flying over me, and I thought, what on earth is that? And then I looked at the shadow on the road, and I recognised the wingspan. It was a red kite, and it was gliding right over me. And then it went past me, and it was following me part of the way. And I thought, wow, I've never seen anything like that. Gliding right over my head. And then it was almost like leading the way. I thought, it's amazing. And I thought, but keep your eyes on the road at all times. You know, you've got to be alert. I must admit, I must be very careful with smartphones, because the roads I go on are dangerous. The cars go at enormous speeds. Be aware of bends and things like that. I watch people with smartphone technology, and they're oblivious to what they're doing. all in their personal bubble. I find it frightening, absolutely frightening. And I've noticed the dazed look on people as well. Everybody's in their own personal bubble today. When I'm out in nature, I realise how everything's connected, but it's people who are disconnected from one another, and I find that frightening. And one day I saw two young people absolutely talking to each other. I thought they're actually talking to each other, but she's got a hand out with a smartphone in it, and I thought, are you hot-wired to the thing? I mean, I grew up with technology, but not like this. This is something else entirely. And I've seen some younger people ride bikes, and I think they're training wheels. They're wobbling all over the place. And I have to exercise caution with what I do, because if I go too fast out there in nature, I could end up having an accident, and you've got to get yourself back. Oh, I've taken a few falls. Oh yes, there was the one on the 28th of February in Cardiff. I misjudged a curb, low level. The bike went into a stall. I went right over the handlebars of the Brompton. My hands took the impact. I didn't feel a thing, and I laughed about it and got up. Oh, the other one I enjoyed especially was, there was a road bike user. Now, to phrase this delicately, he was a bit top heavy, you know where it comes from. I was 5 miles from home on a country lane. He didn't say hello as he passed me by. Anyway, I thought, give him enough time and distance, because I know every stretch of that road and he doesn't. So I'm shadowing him for about 2 miles, and there's a horse box that's blocking the way. It slows him down. I thought, oh, that works for me, because I know exactly where to take him on that road. So as I go into attack formation, as I like to call it, grab the sides of my P-type handlebars, and I pedalled past him uphill. I said, hello, and I kept pedaling. I went to the top, went over the other side downhill, and increased my speed and everything. Anyway, this is the funniest part. I got back to the bike path, and there was a bend, and it was shaded, and it was a bit wet in that area, and the Brompton wheels don't like the wet. This other cyclist coming in my direction. Well, I put the brakes on, I fall off, I go into the fastest side roll I've ever seen myself do, and didn't feel a thing. And this guy comes past me on the road, but he doesn't say a word. I thought, oh yeah, I was right about you, but at least I burned him on that hill. I enjoyed that. I've been telling people about that one. And no, it's just, you see, I realised after a while with the P-type handlebars, if you grab them at the sides, you become more aerodynamic. I like the multiple hand positions. So that's good. Well, Cardigan Bay looks lovely today. I'm in the ruins of the castle as well. So it's a nice location. Well, whoever listens to this, have a very happy Sunday and enjoy your day. Bye.